How we doing, everybody? We have a special episode today. We have the American philosopher Inderjit Singh in the studio. He is the author of the 2015 novel The Warrior, about an individual and his struggles through the world, and the author of the 2016 essay on humankind, The Natural and the Unnatural, which he wrote following his studies on Goethean philosophy, and the idea that a person is a molecule and that people react together chemically like smaller molecules according to physical chemical principles. Inderjit, where did the seed for the idea of this essay on humankind originate?
The ideas for the essay originated in my silent observation of human civilization and societies.
Let's take a look at a few of your discernments. What, for example, when you say that a human in a natural environment is more alive than one in an unnatural environment, in the same way that a certain fish may survive in the ocean but perform better in the river? And when you talk about the unnatural existence as compared to the natural existence, what do you mean by that?
The natural existence is the proper existence of the human. It is the happy existence of the human, whereas the unnatural existence, which has grown in strength over the past 2 centuries, is a very unhappy and inhuman style of sentience.
In respect to the term natural and unnatural, what did you learn from your studies of chemistry, physics, and thermodynamics in respect to the way natural and unnatural is described in your essay?
Gibbs free energy can be used to demarcate the natural and the unnatural to an extent.
Good answer.
And that ties in thermodynamics. Chemistry and physics and biology frequently use the terms natural and unnatural. For instance, in physics, we have the natural laws, which many humans label God. In chemistry, we have natural and unnatural reactions. An example of an unnatural reaction would be a fish that is supposed to live in fresh water being forced to perform in a saltwater ocean environment.
Here you say the science stands as the antithesis to religion. The teachers of science attempt to nullify the insidious ideas of Abrahamic and Brahmaic religions. This is shown in the history of the Renaissance and the Age of Enlightenment. So, from what I know of you, before you came to HMOPD, you didn't know that the Abrahamic, aka Christianity, Islam, Judaic faiths, and the Brahmaic faiths, aka Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, are the same religion deriving from Egyptian mythology. How did that learning experience change your viewpoint?
Yeah, when I joined LibThim's online community, it broadened my knowledge of organized religion, and I came to understand that organized religion is based on ancient Egyptian and even older mythologies.
You were raised Hinduism and Christianity, is that right?
No, just Hinduism. So I had an organized religion forced upon me as a child, which I never fully subscribed to. I resisted embracing the religious ideology, the religious philosophy that they tried to force upon me.
So, but now you understand that Brahma and Abraham are the same person. It's just a rewrite of the Egyptian Ra born out of the nun. And the Brahma and Abraham never existed. They're just mythological figures upon which each respective religion is based. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You say here in To separate a pair of lovers who have an elective affinity for each other is to defy a decree of nature. Can you explain how you learned that philosophy? People who don't know about elective affinity, which comes from Goethe and Willard Gibbs.
So what Thims is referring to is an idea that's at the base of our civilization and at the core of some of humankind's greatest intellectual works, such as Goethe's elective affinities, which influenced my essay on humankind. And what he's referring to is the idea that through something even more powerful than destiny or fate, one molecule is attracted to another, and through this attraction, those two molecules are united. This is what we see when man and woman come together and create another human through a chemical reaction.
That's a good answer. So you could go back again and go through your entire educational process again. You were educated primarily in Wisconsin, is that correct?
Correct.
So say you could go through the American educational system again, and you had the option of rewiring or reworking your educational process. At what grade would you suggest that the idea of human chemical thermodynamics, Goethe's elective affinities, be taught in the school system, at least in the elementary or in the basic principles?
They should be introduced probably around the middle or high school age, when the brain can still be imprinted with ideas such as chemical affinity.
In your last closing section, you talk about the designs of evil. How do you understand evil now from your learned perspective? You think evil exists? And if so, how do you explain evil in terms of chemistry, physics, and thermodynamics? Or if you have some other explanation, please feel free to elaborate.
Okay. I think evil exists, but not in the way that most people perceive it as. To relate back to my essay, most modern evil, most modern misery, is simply the result of the unnatural existence, and the unnatural existence is bred by ignorance. So this takes us back to a quote from Socrates, the renowned ancient Greek philosopher, who stated that the only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance.
All right, so there we have it, our special studio guest appearance by Inderjit Singh. Thanks for watching.